The Illuminati A-list. Originally founded in the 1700s as an enlightened secret society in Bavaria, the Illuminati has always been shrouded in mystery of some kind. Today, however, theorists have transformed the order into a ritualistic melting pot for rich and famous musicians, film stars, and politicians. Essentially, the theory is that powerful and influential people are working together to brainwash the masses towards a new world order of totalitarian rule. Jay-Z and Beyonce, Kim and Kanye, Katy Perry, Rihanna, Barack Obama,
It's not true.
Emma Watson, Celine Dion, Daft Punk, Lil Wayne, Miley Cyrus, and even the entire cast of Boy Meets World have all been suggested as members at one point or another.
Y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess.
Number 9. Khloe Kardashian is O.J. Simpson's kid. Keep up with this. Long before the Kardashians were reality TV megastars, the family found their first slice of fame during the notorious O.J. Simpson murder trial. Robert Kardashian, father to Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, and Rob, was part of the team representing the one-time NFL star on the extremely high-profile case. But there are rumors that O.J. had even closer links to the family. Claims that Simpson is Khloe's father have regularly arisen, helped along by his willingness to do DNA testing. But, at least publicly, the family insists that Robert is Khloe's real dad. End of story. Probably.
And so now, unfortunately, it all makes sense that that's probably what she wanted to reveal to me.
Number 8. Suri Cruise is an alien.
What?
Ever since she was born in 2006, the spotlight has been stuck on Suri Cruise. As the daughter of Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, her upbringing was never going to be ordinary. But when the first photos of the family emerged, after a long period of post-pregnancy secrecy during which some people doubted Suri even existed, the internet was awash with otherworldly rumors. Her distinctive look, coupled with her parents' penchant for saying weird things and doing even weirder things, led some people to believe that Suri was an alien.
You don't know the history of psychiatry. I do.
We've seen Tom Cruise do some unbelievable things on screen, but could he really have fathered extraterrestrial life? Surely some things are impossible. Number 7. Nicolas Cage is a vampire.
No! Please!
Better get back in your coffin, buddy.
Con Air, Kick-Ass, Leaving Las Vegas, the Nick Cage back catalog is undoubtedly impressive. But, according to an entrepreneurial eBay seller, the Oscar-winning actor is hiding an incredible secret. He's a vampire. In 2011, Jack Mord listed for sale an 1870 post-Civil War photograph of an unidentified man with a $1 million price tag. Mord claimed that the photo showed Cage miraculously alive and well more than 140 years ago.
I got nothing in common with them, with you.
The resemblance is spooky, but Cage has continually laughed off the accusations, insisting that, contrary to popular belief, he does have a reflection, and he does not drink blood. Or so he claims. Number 6. Andy Kaufman is alive. The list of dead celebs that might not actually be dead is long, and mostly filled with far-fetched theories. But the Andy Kaufman idea is at least based on some form of reasoning. The comedian and cult entertainer died of cancer in 1984, but was famous for staging elaborate pranks and for unflinchingly sticking to character, sometimes to an uncomfortable point. As a result, there are persistent rumors decades on that Kaufman faked his own death. Believers hold that he'll one day reappear to complete the grandest hoax of them all and deliver the most surreal punchline in showbiz history. Number 5. Jim Morrison is alive. In his hedonistic heyday, Jim Morrison was one of the most influential musicians on the planet. When he died in Paris in 1971 at age 27, the world mourned an all-out rock star.
Life hurts a lot more. When you die, the pain's over.
However, doubts about his death began just days after his passing, as a closed casket meant that very few people actually saw his body.
But ain't nobody seen the body since the funeral.
That's how funerals work.
Since Morrison had joked about faking his death to live again as Mr. Mojo Rising, some believed he had simply escaped to a far-off country. The theory that Morrison still walks among us continues to resurface even in recent years, while a series of clips claiming to show Morrison as an aging New York City hippie have made headlines the world over as recently as 2016. Number 4. Elvis Presley is alive.
You do know Elvis is dead, right? No, Elvis is not dead. He just went home.
This back from the dead conspiracy is arguably one of the most famous recurring celeb rumors of all time. Officially, Elvis Presley died at his Graceland home on August 16, 1977. But theorists question Elvis's irregular heartbeat cause of death and say that the body seen during his funeral was a waxwork. Questions have also been raised and conspiracies born out of Vernon Presley's move to keep his son's autopsy report sealed until 2027. Since his death, Elvis has supposedly been seen in and around Graceland, roaming the streets of Ottawa, Ontario, and most notably with Muhammad Ali in 1984. Number 3. Marilyn Monroe was killed by the CIA. A blonde bombshell, dead at 36 from an overdose. At least that's what they told us. Others argue that Marilyn Monroe was actually murdered by the CIA or FBI, following alleged affairs with John and Robert Kennedy. Per these theories, Monroe was a potential scandal and someone who knew too much about top-level US politics. Another theory has it that she was killed by the mafia, who was either working on behalf of the Kennedys or trying to frame them. Then, of course, there's the suggestion that she never died at all, but was instead forced into hiding to escape fame. In 1982, an official review supported the original overdose verdict, yet many remain unconvinced. Number 2. Beyoncé faked her pregnancy. Wild rumors always seem to float around Queen Bee, what with her being in the Illuminati and demonically possessed and all. But the biggest question marks hang over her first pregnancy, which many believe she faked. Serious rumors started when Beyoncé appeared on Australian television, and her baby bump seemed to fold during an interview. Theories gathered pace when the due date for Blue Ivy routinely changed, when very few definitive pregnancy photos were released, and when Jay-Z and Beyoncé reportedly hired out an entire wing at a Manhattan hospital to ensure absolute privacy, or secrecy, during the birth. The couple has always dismissed the idea, but there is something mighty strange about that disappearing belly. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1. Kurt Cobain was murdered. The body of Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain was found on April 8, 1994, dead from a supposedly self-inflicted gunshot wound to his head. Following a seemingly less than thorough police investigation, the belief that he was killed has rumbled on. Many of the allegations are leveled at his widow Courtney Love, who, so the theory goes, killed or arranged for Kurt to be killed, as he was on the verge of writing her out of his will. A reported lack of Kurt's fingerprints